we needed to do something. We didn't know how to do it. And the old George would have said, can't afford it and pull away. If we didn't do this, then we're still going to get the same results. I'm still going to be on the tools. I'm still going to complain that we're not growing. When you've never done something like that before, it's kind of scary.
JP from Biz Video here. George and I have a really good chat here and really break apart a lot of the challenges that he went through in his early days and a lot of the challenges that you guys are going to be going through now, as well as the work-life balance and everything that comes with running a great building company. I wanted to today just discuss some of the journey we've had together. You're in your third year with us.
Wow, it's been 3 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
And I mean, we all see you as a friend first and foremost, which makes the relationship quite special. But before we look at the journey, I think it's important for people watching this to understand where you and the business came from or where things are at when we first started chatting. There'll be guys watching this, their businesses might be having some of those same challenges, or they're at the same early stages and they're wanting to know, well, what's the next step they should take, whether it be marketing or business development or systems and processes or whatever that may be.
Okay.
Can you paint for us a bit of a picture of what Liberty Building Contractors was like back in 2019, just before we started talking and working together?
Liberty Building Contractors has been around since 2009, but it's been around as a subcontractor. So I was on the tools and I'd be doing my own stuff. We do a little bit of renovations here and there. But in 2019, we decided that it was time to grow, and we didn't know how. So we would start to build a home here and there. We wanted to expand the business, and I remember doing a job down south, came across a video from Biz Video. I've got to do something like this because this is amazing. So by watching that, then I made contact with you, and the journey kind of started for us where we needed to do something. We didn't know how to do it, and we were kind of nervous about the outcome, like the output as well. How much is it going to cost us to do this? And when you've never done something like that before, it's kind of scary. Then you eventually sat down and you said to me, this is what our cost is. And I looked at it, and the first thing that I said to myself was, in my old frame of mind, it's just too much money. I can't afford it. There's no way I can do this. And I said, look, let me think about it and let me get back to you. And it just so happened that I've been doing a lot of reading and trying to get our business up and running. And every time I looked at something, it was you needed to do something, you needed to spend money, you needed to market. And if I was going to do anything, it was going to do a video.
Why is that?
The video that you guys did, you told a story about a guy that was building for families, and we're a family business, and you just brought it to life. When I saw that, I just thought to myself, this is exactly what we need. And then when I said to you, I'm ready, let's do it, quick, take my money before I change my mind, because that's the way I felt. Like I felt like the old George would have said, can't afford it and pull away. But now our mindset had changed and we started to look at, we're going to grow.
Why this point you were at where it was like, okay, we got to start growing. Why? I mean, you were doing what you're doing. Why change? Where did this urge come to?
I don't know who actually made the comment, but if you keep doing the same things, you're going to get the same results. And so I felt in myself that if we didn't do this, then we're still going to get the same results. I'm still going to be on the tools. I'm still going to be doing what I'm doing. I'm still going to complain that we're not growing. So it was kind of a situation where, if we're going to do it, let's do it. And that's what we end up doing. So that was kind of the process. It was scary. And it was probably one of the hardest things I had to do. And it's not because it's a scary thing. It's just because, it was an amount of money that we thought was way over, but now it is nothing. Like we do it again straight away. That was the start of our journey. And we haven't looked back.
It has been an awesome journey with you guys, watching you guys grow. You came on board. The first stage we sort of go through is that story development stage. What was your expectation of that? I know a lot of people, they think, oh, we're going to do a storyboard. We're going to draw it out. We don't do that. What was your expectation, and then what did you actually experience?
I didn't know what to expect. I thought
That's
I was
good.
going on a holiday to the Gold Coast. You know, I thought it was going to be great. You know, so yeah, I had no idea I didn't know what to expect. I thought we were just going to go and do a video, and you know, whatever happens, happens. But we get there, and it was like the process was this story where you'd have to write on the board and everything that was, you know, that we wanted or we were doing and that. I can't remember how long we were in there for, a couple of hours.
A couple of hours, yeah.
And then my wife and I, we left and we were talking about it like, I don't know how this is going to work. So I thought, okay, let's enjoy our holiday. So that's what we did, kind of thing.
That's
but
good, yeah.
I had no idea what to expect.
Did that session, had you ever done anything like that before?
No.
Okay.
No. We've had, you know, through church and that, we've had team building, but it was based around church. You know, what are the goals of the church, what are stuff like that. But I've never had it where I've had to look into ourselves and say, what does this business look like? You know, what do we want it to look like? So yeah, I had, you know, and at that time my wife wasn't working in the business. She was just support.
Yeah. And did that help?
The process?
Yeah. And how did it help?
Well, because we actually started seeing things on the board that were in our mind.
Yeah.
That, you know, now that it's out, we can look back and say, okay, yes, we did say that. Well, before it was just in our mind, we can forget it.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't pan out kind of thing, who cares? But now that it's out there, it's a different thing now. All of a sudden, you've spoken that, now start to deal with it kind of thing, you know.
Make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen.
And how much of what was on the board back then has happened or is in play at the moment?
A lot of the stuff that was on the board has happened. The only thing that hasn't happened is what we are going to continue to do.
Okay.
What does our company end up looking like? And it's a process, and it's going to evolve, you know, over the years.
Yeah.
So that hasn't come because it's still growing. But everything else, all the things that we discussed about what we wanted to look like, it's played out.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to be a family business, and now I've got my wife, 2 daughters, 2 son-in-laws, and I've got church family that work with us. So it's a big family.
That's
so
awesome.
that part of it has worked out.
That's been just for us really rewarding when we're catching up, hearing how this team is growing, and knowing that was a big goal of yours, making this a family business, and not just for family, but for the community, and then hearing who you've hired and how the effect it's had on their life and their family. That's awesome. That's why we do what we do. I know we're talking about how important purpose is and having purpose. Sometimes people might ask, you know, when it comes to the filming side of things, what was that like? Because we don't do any scripting. How did you find that process when we were shooting with you, interviewing you, or Bernadette?
Geez, it was kind of scary at first. You guys made it easy in the sense of just sit there, relax. We just ask you questions, and you made it very comfortable. A lot of the questions are just really, if you can't answer them, then there's something wrong because it's you. You know, what do you want? What does it look like to you? So that part of it is kind of easy. The biggest thing for us was, you know, you're on camera and you don't want to mess up.
Did you ever have a concern that sometimes comes up for guys is, I don't have the right work? Or, you know, we want to be doing this kind of work and we're not doing it yet, therefore I'm going to hold off on doing any videos or stories. Was that ever a concern that came up for you?
You know, it was just like the storytelling. We had no idea what to expect. And then when you guys came down to Sydney to film, this is something that I'll never forget. Andre comes in, I pick him up, and he has the camera already with him. And so I'm driving and the camera's in my face, and it's like, mate, can you at least get to wherever we're going first? He's already started. Like he's already put in his mind that he's going to video.
He sees it already.
Yeah. And so when we get to the house and I've got all my family there and he's just, you know, canvassing the place and taking videos, we had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
Like it was just, how's he going to turn this into a video?
Yeah.
Like seriously. You guys are our family. Like, seriously, this journey that we've come on, you guys play a big part of it, because if it wasn't that initial video, I don't think that we'd be at the place that we're at. we can take photos of our projects, and we can try and upload them onto Facebook and all that kind of stuff. We can try and make them look good. But the reality of our journey was our story. We don't know how to bring our story to life. While you guys, you did that. And when we did the screening of this video, and you had my wife and I sit there and ready to watch it.
And we counted you in. We watched it together.
Exactly. So when we actually watched it, we were in tears because this is amazing. And even the kids, when they seen it, they were all crying. Like, why? It's just a story. When you look at your journey and you see that where you've come from and what you used to do, and then all of a sudden, it's like the world's your oyster and there's no limits. You can do what you want. And you guys have made that possible by getting us out, putting us out to the community. People now, when we do our estimating or whatever, our emails has a video there, so people can introduce to us before they even talk to us.
What's that like?
It's amazing because people look at the video and then when they meet us, they say it's the same people. It's not like, oh, this is a video, this is the real person. It's a fake kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's just changed us, everybody.
Yeah.
People come to us because they've seen the video.
Yeah.
And I know it's expensive. What I thought was expensive, but now I wouldn't change that. I would actually, and now this is our third year.
Yeah.
So we would continue just because of our experience and how the people around us. We don't target a market where we're going to build 100 homes. We're not project homes. We're custom builders where we've only got a little market. But the people that come to us are coming to us because they see us, they've heard about us, they do their checks and that. Then they come and see us and they want to build with us. It has made a big impact.
If we look at the screening, I remember that screening. That was really special. What were some of the first things you did with your story, with the videos? How did you use it?
I found that was really good of your company is that you didn't give us the video and say, thank you very much, you're on your own. You have a process to teach us how to upload it, how to do certain things in order for us to be successful. My daughter, who did all the uploading and followed all the steps to a T, it worked out perfect. So everything that we did with what you guys had guided us to do was spot on. What was our expectations? I had no idea it was going to get down that road, but as things progressed, it just worked out for us. We followed the steps.
When we screened it with you and then you started using it and we were catching up, started helping you with running ads with it and managing the Facebook advertising and that sort of thing. What's your understanding of that and the role that it plays? And what's the impact been with that?
Oh, the impact is huge. My understanding of it is I do see a lot of leads come through because of it. I know that she deals a lot with Richard, and they work together to do a marketing program with Facebook or Instagram. She's constantly engaging and she's constantly uploading things, and all I know is people are constantly bombarding our website or our Facebook and that, and there's all of these comments which we would never have had. What's my experience with it? It works. It definitely works.
I think some people come to us and they've done nothing and they're not willing to do anything and they think that we're a silver bullet and you plug us in and the world's going to change. You guys have been very different. I think that's what makes this relationship so good, is that you see how we work with you guys and you understand the role it plays in the bigger picture. You also give time and energy into networking. You've got good contacts with a finance broker, you said, which is a great contact to have. What are some of the other things you guys do when it comes to business development, along with what we help you with?
So you guys help us a lot with the marketing side of it. We do have a finance guy that comes in our business once a week. We have our accountant that's with us in our business once a month. We have a business coach. We do a lot of reading and watching videos on business-related things.
Yeah.
I know this is going to be hard to sound, but I'm not very intelligent when it comes to business, mate. You know, I always thought business is you just go out there and you do your stuff and that's a business.
Yeah.
But there's so much more in a business. And if I didn't have the right people around me in this business wouldn't be here. You guys play a big part of it. My coach plays a big part of it. My finance guy, my staff, my daughter has a big part of it. My wife has it. Everybody, Liberty Building Contractors is a name. But everybody that's involved in it makes the company. So it's not my company, but it's everybody else's. And that's from our apprentices to the staff to everybody. And that's why you guys play a big part of this, and you're our family. You know, we put you guys on a high pedestal because our business wouldn't be at the place where it is without you guys. Now, you play a big part of it.
George, what is your and the teams here, or mostly your desire for Liberty Building Contractors, say 3 years from now?
3 years from now,
Yeah.
it'd be awesome to be able to pull away from it a little bit and let my daughter run the place. Come in once, twice a week, and me and my wife enjoy life.
Yeah.
Be on the backside of it,
Yeah.
and that's it. So that would be good for the next couple of years anyway. But yeah, she's in the position where she could pretty much run the place in the next couple of years. So that would be good.
The next question I was going to ask is, what are some of the things that you're implementing or investing in now to bring that vision to fruition?
Well, she's actually getting more involved in the company. She's doing a lot more client meetings and, you know, going through the selections with the clients and, you know, getting more involved in the business side of it. So that's a big part of it. She's also plays a big part in who we hire. She's a part of the whole thing, really. She gets involved in all in the accounting meetings and the finance meetings, the brokerage, all that. She's a big part of this company. What better way to kind of progress and kind of pull away from it than give it to a family member?
Yeah.
And it's been a long time, honestly. I've been this dream of having a family business is like 30 years old.
Yeah, wow.
And it's just been the last couple of years where it's really come to life, where all of a sudden they want to be a part of it. Yeah, so it's...
That must be a nice feeling that
absolutely,
you've created something that now you want to create a family business and the family actually want to be a part of it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like a few years ago, the mind shift where we wanted to grow came into play. As a subby and, you know, working in the company and trying to make the company, it wasn't going to happen. There's not enough work to hire family members. When we decided to grow and they started to see the growth, then they started to jump in. And it was she was one of the first ones that jumped on board. And
I remember she's doing like a couple of days or hours or
it was just like, I'll do your
here.
accounts, Dad, I'll do this, Dad, I'll do that. As things started to go, she took on more responsibility, and then all of a sudden it was, I'll be full-time. I said, well, that's good. Who else can we get in here, you know? We are a tight-knit family, and there's nothing more that pleases me than having the girls work in the business. You know, my grandchildren come here, they set up home, and it's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And when clients come past, they actually see, like, you really are a family business. Look, your grandkids and everybody are here. I says, well, can't get rid of them. So, yeah, no, I like it.
Big thank you for allowing us to be part of the journey. That's been really special to watch you guys grow and to help that continue to happen. And we really look forward to helping you guys grow as the next sort of roles transition, you sort of step out and Lyrica steps more in. What would you say to someone, there are people watching this that are in a position where we potentially could help them a lot, maybe the position that you were in a couple of years back, having been in that mindset and had a big shift in your mindset, what would you sort of say to someone who's having a look but isn't sure, or I mean, you would understand that mindset or that position better than us?
For us, and I think there's a lot of people out there that want to grow a business, they just don't know how. They're nervous about spending money that they don't have. And that's what we were. We didn't know what to do, how to grow it. At the end of the day, I think that Einstein proverb or quote, well, if you're going to continue to do the same things, you're going to get the same results. And that's just the way it is. Until you change your mindset and you start putting into practice what you guys made us do was our storyboard. What does it look like to you? When we started to see it, then we started to look into it and say, if we want to get to that, we have to change. We can't keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And a big part of it was you're going to have to spend a bit of money to create something that has the potential to explode. But because we were nervous about it, it just took a bit of time. So if anybody wants to, get involved or want to see their business grow, they're going to have to step out. They're going to have to step out of their comfort zone, bite the bullet. We bit it. It's hard. We don't regret it one little bit.
Yeah.
And not only that, but you get to meet some great people, and they can come down and fly down and have a meal with you. And I say it all the time, we're family. And when family, you're going to have a meal together. You're going to sit down and chat.
Yeah. Another big question I want to bring to this discussion, George, is especially in the current times. They're weird times. There's lots of change, especially if you look at the last, 2+ years. One thing that you guys you've mentioned to me, you've consistently kept doing is the marketing side of things. Why is that important to you, and what role do you see the importance of that playing, despite price rises or delays, or because people want to cut back on things, and you guys have gone, nope, we know where we're going.
I had mentioned earlier that the first year in business, because of our marketing, we saw so much growth. We saw that, we were making, a good profit, and we were almost in a position to, buy a building, and even if not buy a building, to develop, to start developing. But then we got hit with COVID. We got hit with lockdowns.
Yeah.
We got hit with price increases. We got hit with rain. We got hit with
more rain,
with everything.
Yeah.
And it actually put a halt on everything, to the point where we were in lockdown for 3 months. We were not working. We were still paying our staff.
Yeah.
We were still paying our bills of our office, and we had no money coming in. But the marketing side of it, we kept the marketing side.
Yeah.
And the reason why, and I think the biggest thing is that we kept it because we knew that we would come out.
Yeah.
But were we going to come out with nothing, or were we going to come out with at least having some pipeline? And that's one of the reasons why we kept it going, because it kept us in contact with people. It kept us active.
Yeah.
So when people were coming out, they had money to spend, and they wanted to, where we're going to go, and our ads were constantly bombarding them. So they would revert to us. They'd keep coming back to us. I wouldn't cut that back. We did cut back on a lot of other stuff, but a wise man once said to me, would you cut back a fuel in a car? So...
No, the car's not going to drive anywhere then.
The car's not going to drive anywhere,
Yeah.
So why would we cut back on our marketing? We need that pipeline.
Yeah.
A couple of years back, I would have thought differently. That would have been the first thing I cut. Why would I even try to advertise if I'm not working? And I couldn't even get any work.
Yeah. I think a lot of people in that, I know I've had a chat with a number of guys, would make that statement. Why would I, all the guys that go, no, I've got a pipeline, I'm going to stop my marketing now. What would you say to that?
Well, your pipeline's going to end. It will.
Yeah.
I mean, we have pipelines now. We've got a lot of clients in our pipeline that if we stop marketing today, who knows what the situation might be at hand, and that pipeline could die quick. And then how are we going to get it back again? If we've cut our marketing, then what's it going to be like to restart it up again?
Yeah.
But we've got momentum. We just keep going through. We may not go as fast as we were going, but we're still going.
The other question I want to put to you, George, and this is something we always love hearing, and it's kind of hard to communicate sometimes to someone coming on board, is some of the bigger picture effect, or the butterfly effect. Yeah, we want to help you get work for sure, but some of the bigger picture that happens once the story gets out there. And one thing that I sometimes tell people is it's going to help you attract better trades or suppliers want to be involved, or if they've got one more vanity on the shelf, who they're going to give it to? Builder B or Builder A? Builder A's George and the family, like we know who they are and what they're a part of, and so that our product, I know what role, and so there's more of a connection. So who they're going to give it to? Someone who they don't know from a bar of soap, or what was some of that effect that I know you've mentioned to me in the past, kind of what you sort of saw? Do you mind sharing a bit of that?
We saw that by having our video out there, that people were introduced to us before they spoke to us. They knew who we were, and we had no idea who these people are. But when they did meet us, there was just a good connection because they knew about us. The videos actually got out there, and they played a role that we didn't have to play. Yeah. And that was introduce us. The domino effect of it all is that these people would tell people, and you should go see these guys. And so our circle of awareness or even influence started to grow. I get people from the United States, people from Canada where we used to live, from the Middle East. They all saw our video. And they all put in their comments that they bragged about us. It's like, how did you, we saw your video. So it travels. And so some of these people know people, and they say, why don't you contact these people, have them look at building your home. And so it stretches way much more than you would ever do. Yeah. We could never afford to market to certain people, but with this video and with biz video marketing and all that stuff, it gave us the opportunity to market. You
mentioned just the power of having that email signature, inviting the person who receives that email, whether it be a potential client, past client, friend, network person. Yeah,
so part of the biz video promotions was this video, this signature. And me, it's like, really? I'm going to put my video out there and that? But once we did it, it's just amazing how many people actually watch it through a signature. And then you get comments. I loved your video. I love this and that. I love to see how you guys are a family business, and you really are a family business, not like, 10th generation, he used to own the business, but now the great-grandson owns it, it's family. But we actually have my daughters and everybody working in there. Yeah. So it is a real family business, and people see it. Yeah. So it does play a big part. This little signature, which is nothing, but it reaches a lot of people.
George, big thank you. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate you being here, mate.
Nah, it's special. So guys, if you enjoyed that and George's story really resonated with you, then there's plenty more resources and links below, more podcasts with more of our builders, where you can hear their story, the challenges they went through and the successes that they've had. Otherwise, if you'd like to book a conversation with me, please use the link below to book a story strategy session. I'd love to find out more about yourself and chat about if and how we can help you.